Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are back at it with the playoffs. We're taking on Blackburn. Both games of the playoff semi-final will be today, so it's going to be a big one. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for this fantastic episode that's coming your way. It's a big one. We could ultimately end up being in the Premier League by the end of not today's episode, but the next one. Right, everyone breathe. Everyone stay calm. It's going to be okay. In goal, Okonkwo. Right back, Ramsey. Centre halves, Magoma and Amol. And left back, Sukalo. Feyazoglu will be playing in the deep line playmaker role just behind Thomas Hill and Mateo. And then Tom Lang, Conway and Garcia up top. We've got a good bench, a good solid amount of players in there. Pereira is on the bench, but I think I might leave him there, actually. Give him a bit of experience coming to the game, you know. Why not? We've obviously got Marcotta, Bonyet, Ortega, O'Hara, Tyne and Hudlin there. I think what we might actually do is bring Diaz along instead of O'Hara, as we've got players that can play in the positions he can. Right, let's do this. Away from home to start with. So it'll be tough, but if we can start well and start with a good performance, it means that we can then end up going into the second leg, going home, and hopefully win the game overall, or win the games overall. Look at that, 4-3-3. It's been working very, very well this season so far. Hopefully it continues as we go into the game. Let's do this. So it's a Blackburn free kick for the first highlight of the game, 12 minutes in. Clarkson to take. Can we look to counter this? Bren Brereton Diaz heads towards goal. It's ricocheted around. We cleared it initially. It falls to Connolly. And Aaron Connolly's just smashed that into the top corner. Not a great start to the game. We've somewhat cleared it. It's fallen to Connolly. No one's got anywhere near him, and he's just smashed it in. It's really disappointing, really. He's a free header by Ben Brereton Diaz, comes out to Connolly. No one's anywhere near him. No one's got close enough to him. I mean, Conway's the only one that's got anywhere close, but still not close enough, as he's just struck that into the top corner. And it gives them an early lead, 15 minutes in. It's our turn to attack, though. 15 minutes gone. Conway back to Sakalo, into Aiden, and then Hill. Back to Aiden again, who's going to play it back to Hill, who does lose out initially to Kinsella, but will have it still. Lang, round the corner to Ramsey. He's got a bit of time. Can he make something happen? Hill. Then back again to Aiden. We're keeping the ball nicely on the edge of the box, not rushing too much. Boys can pass it around quite nicely. Sakalo looking to get down this side and get a ball across the box. He does get it across. Carlos Garcia hitting the post. I mean, that's frustrating indeed. Connolly coming forward. We're not quite able to cut it out so early, but Magoma does in the end, and we look to go forward once again. I mean, hitting the post, we're close, but we need a goal. If we get I want to draw this game. I want to draw it at the least. Obviously, if we nick a win, great, but getting a draw means that we've got a lot going for us. They've got a 4-4-2, so we should be dominant in the midfield and retaining possession, which we certainly are. But to be honest, creating chances, they've had very little when it comes to attacking threat. So we've got a lot to work with. Half an hour gone though, and it stayed pretty quiet since we hit the post, as nothing is happening. They're slowly getting into the game more and more. Which isn't great for us. Brownhill takes a throw in, plays it back to Mulligan, who looks across to Knight, who will bring the ball forward into the midfield, but plays it off to McNamara, who does the same. A switch of play, ball over the top to Ben Brereton Diaz, who's through on goal, which is quite ridiculous, really. What on earth is going on there? Why Ramsey's not more alert there to deal with that ball over the top, or at least be tracking his man, is kind of ridiculous. Clarkson to take the free kick, corner even. Ball in, near post, headed away by Magoma. Can we get onto that? It is Carlos Garcia who will get there first. We can tend to break quite nicely, but it looks like we lost out there, and then a foul occurred, but I'm not really sure who for or how that happened. 5 minutes to half time. Not looking great so far. But Ramsey with a throw-in. Can we get a goal just before half-time? A great time to get a goal as we'll go into the second half with a bit of momentum. Switch of play over to Sakalo, who's going to take on his man and look to get a ball across. Plays it back to Matteo, who turns, plays back to Sakalo. Retaining the ball nicely, as we always do. Looks deeper back this time to Aiden, the deep line playmaker. Sakalo into Hill. And then Sakalo again. He's got a bit more space this time. Delivers the ball in. It is headed away by Mulligan. And Ramsey on the overlap is nowhere near to be found. Russ playing it forward into Diaz. Finds Connolly. We're pressing all right, but the Mole does well to kind of catch that, but isn't able to stop it permanently as Connolly goes through on goal, and it's a save by Okonkwo, I think, or maybe he's just missed that. I thought it was a save, but turns out he's just dinked it over the keeper wide of the post. We get away with one again there. The challenges we make are connecting, but then we can't get the ball. So it's a bit frustrating, really, and it ends up with our players being out of position. How are we going to look at doing this then? We've got Conway, who's not been great. Neither's Lang, and neither's Matteo, to be quite honest. So there's a few players in there who we could look to kind of change around. I think what we'll do to start with is leave it, because what we can then do in the second half is bring on Boniek for whoever's might be kind of slacking a little bit on that right-hand side. Maybe for Lang, as it's a big game and we don't want too much pressure onto him. 15 minutes gone, though. 5 minutes since the start of the second half. And it's still pretty quiet. It's still very close in levels of shots and target, that sort of thing. But possession-wise, we're so dominant. We just need to make more of it. An hour gone now, and we will make that change, I think. Tom Lang off for Boniek on that right-hand side. See if we can get him into the game and making something happen. Still looking okay, though. Conway might have to come off, and we might have to look to bring on, I think it's Ortega, who's on that left-hand side, who might be able to do something. It's a throw-in. McNamara for Blackburn throws it into Clarkson. We're not really hunting down too much at that stage, but the ball goes long forward. We do get that, though, as the Mold brings it down nicely. Magoma across again to Ramsey, who's got to find Hill. He does very nicely. I don't even know what that pass is. What even are you trying to do there? Because you're not passing it far enough back for him to go and get it, and you're not playing it in front of him so he can run onto it. So I don't quite know what you're even trying. Really there. It's a bit disappointing, to be honest. I can't really blame Ramsey for that one, even though he's not had the best of games. Well, I mean, apparently he has, but I mean, I'd blame him for the ball getting through onto goal earlier. Boniek, though, can he run at the defence and make something happen? Cause him a bit of problems, Boniek. Come on. He is challenged initially, Brownhill, but he keeps hold of it. Hill across again to Aiden, who plays it into Boniek, who's able to find Ramsey on the overlap on the right-hand side. Can he get a ball across the box? He's going to have to work something. He does fire it across. Keeper saves and palms are out, and they are able to clear it, but we're looking better. We're looking more and more into the game. As things stand, we're obviously still 1-0 down, but it is looking more positive. What we will do then is we will bring on Ortega. He will play on for Conway on that left-hand side, just because of performance-wise, he's not been great. And Matteo, you're going to come off, and Julio Diaz will come on, and we'll just swap you around with Aiden Feyazoglu, because you're slightly better deeper, and hopefully Aiden will be a bit more of an impact, being a bit further forward. But here we go. Ball over the top. Sakalo running through. He's got to get that ball across. Fires it across. It dinks over the keeper. Carlos Garcia is able to get there, and that makes it 1-1. I mean, it was a bit lucky, I'd say, maybe, with the deflection that took it above over the keeper. But we have to be there. You have to be there to score. Aiden does very well to dink that ball over the top to Sakalo, who is overlapping. Fires it across. It gets a deflection over the keeper. And Garcia's there to head it past the defender who's tried to jump with him. And it makes it 1-1. If we can keep this scoreline, very, very happy. It's a Blackburn corner. 14 minutes to go. I mean, it's off the bar, and we're casually just clearing that. Not quite sure on that one. Is that our free kick? It might be, but they're making a sub as well on that change. Clarkson again making a corner, come into the box. It's headed towards goal and it's in. Courtney with the header. No one is anywhere near him, marking him wise. It is a dreadful. We've worked so hard to get a goal back, and again, it's a case that Clarkson's a corner, which you should be dealing with, really. He's got a free and just headed it right into the back of the net. No worries at all for them. Disappointing, that's for sure. McNamara coming forward again. Blackburn with the throw-in. Atkinson receives it, looking to find a space for Clarkson. Then Connolly again, one of the two strikers up there, and maybe that's causing us a bit of a problem, but Boniek's able to cut that pass out. Can he look through? He does, to find Aiden on the overlap there. He's the Mazzala now. He plays the ball across. It's blocked very comfortably by Knight, but it does come out to Sukalo again, who might be able to create something with a bit of ball turn over the top to Garcia, and it is wide of the post. Is it free? It might be a corner, I think. I think the defender was able to just get a touch on that to poke it wide, as Ramsey does take this corner. 10 minutes to go. Can we get ahead on it? No, we can't. Mulligan clears comfortably on his own. Sukalo again driving to the left-hand side, but it doesn't seem like anything has come of that. Clock is ticking down now. We need to get it going again. We're still looking. We're looking very good. It's not like we've been awful and not had any chances going towards goal, but it would be nice if we were able to just create something a bit more. Boniek unable to reach that from the cross into the box by Aiden, who is being a bit more influential in the game now. He has been put for a little bit further forward. Keeper's long kick is dealt with by Ramsey, who heads it back to Okonkwo, who does just launch the ball forward. It goes all the way over the top to Garcia. Can Garcia finish this? He can finish it. I mean, it's one I'd be absolutely livid with if I was a Blackburn manager, but I'm more than happy with that. A long ball over the top by Okonkwo. Falls to Garcia, who does very well to get onto the end of it, over the top of the defence. And it gets the goal. It's 2-2. A ball over the top that the defenders just do not deal with at all. And Carlos Garcia finishes like with a plum in the bottom right-hand corner. It's his second goal of the game. Can Ortega get to this? And can we get another one? That would be great. Ortega's ball into the box. Boniek's not able to get there, and it's headed clear by Mulligan. But Ramsey will be there. He's got to work something, though, to try and get a ball into the box or work a play. Into Hill, who, again, back to Ramsey, who's ball into the box. Ortega at the back post. Alvaro Ortega, he's barely played this season, I have to say. But playing in today's game, coming on as a sub for Conway, who just wasn't performing. He's got the goal to put us in the lead in the 91st minute. What a beautiful header. Hill and Ramsey did very well to work it here. A left-footed cross, and Ortega beats the man at the back post to head it home. That is it. That makes it 3-2 and gives us the advantage going into the home leg as it stands. There is still a couple of minutes to go, so we can't be too excited, let's say, but we are looking very solid. Hill's ball forward. It is headed away, though, by the Blackburn defence as they look to try and get a goal before the end of the game. A ball over the top to Dolan, though, and it's saved by Okonkwo. He had to get there as he was just through on goal, one-on-one. Awful defending. It's very end-to-end stuff, but as the game comes to an end, it ends 3-2. We have the advantage going into the second leg, and let's jump into that second leg and, fingers crossed, keep this advantage in our favour. So this has just happened. Okonkwo's out for 3 to 4 weeks. Our absolutely rock solid keeper is out for 3 to 4 weeks. So it means he's going to miss this second leg and he's going to miss the next game. I mean, it's not ideal, is it? Looking at the side, obviously we've got Danny Rios, who could come in. Absolutely fine. Ruben Pereira could also come in. Now, he is 16, but he's better than Rios. Now, he's finding it hard to fit in, but otherwise, he's still very good. So I think we're going to have to play him in the next game. I think that is what the plan is. as we come up to game day, it's a big one. It's scary stuff. Garfield McCartney, yeah, sure, you can go out on loan. That is absolutely fine. Get some first team game time. Why not? Okonkwo, you're coming off. Pereira, you are on. You're making your debut in the second leg of a playoff, of the playoffs. So it is a big one. Let's just say that at least. But yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with you playing. I think you can do this. You're solid. You're solid in goal. All right, Ruben? Great. Glad we've had that chat. Let's jump into it then. It'll be the same team that started the game last time. Don't want to make any changes. I mean, Garcia did very well to get a couple of goals in that game as well. Ortega is on the bench, so I'm sure we'll bring him on at some point either way. But let's jump into the game. Let's get started. Massive debut for the young man. I can't quite believe it. We've got two 16-year-olds starting this semi-final of the playoffs for us. To hopefully keep us in it. Blackburn, though, playing the 4-4-2 that they've been playing. They have changed things up a little bit. Moving a few players, well, Ben Brewers and Diaz going up top for this one. So a little bit of a different challenge. But I'm still pretty confident. We were able to deal with him to some extent last time, and hopefully this time will be the same. We've got the advantage of being at home as well as being a goal ahead with 3-2. So it's all looking positive. So Carlo with a throw in into Mateo, who looks down the line to Conway, into Mateo again, who's got a bit of time to find that ball over the top to Carlos Garcia, who just slots it past the keeper first time as he rushes out. Lovely finish. It's 1-0 in the first 5 minutes, makes it 4-2 on aggregate. It is all coming up Millhouse. I can't quite explain it otherwise. So Carlo and Mateo working well there, getting it down to Conway, and Mateo's ball over the top was perfectly weighted for Garcia to just get on the end of it. And on the left foot as well, on the half volley bounce, was able to just kind of curl it round the keeper to his near post. It was a tidy finish. As we continue in the game, 10 minutes on the clock now, and Sakalo's got another throw in, this time to Conway, who will look to go back to Sakalo, then Mateo into Aiden, who turns again on the spot to find Hill. He looks out wide to Sakalo, who's on the overlap, he fires it across. Carlos Garcia with a second of the game. We're 10 minutes in. We scored 2 goals in 10 minutes. It's crazy stuff. 5-2 on aggregate. We are absolutely flying. Sukalo into Mateo, into Aiden, who turns again to find Hill, who's able to find that gap out wide to Sukalo, who fires it across, and Carlos Garcia is able to slot it into the bottom left-hand corner. That makes it 2-0 today. 5-2 on aggregate. We've got a long way to go in the game, but as things stand, we can't be any more confident than we are now with how things are going. Sukalo with a throw-in. Again, every time he's taken a throw-in so far in this game, we've seen a goal. Can we see another one? Not quite there as Carlos Garcia nods it down to Lang. But he plays it back to Ramsey into Mateo, and there it is! So Carlo taking throw-ins on this left-hand side. It's just a goal every time. There it is, though. 2 goals in 5 minutes. 3 goals in 15. Wow. A ball in. Garcia knocks it down to Lang, where it does deflect off the defender. Lang's able to cut it back to Ramsey, who fires it across, and Mateo is just there to slot it home. 3-0 in today's game. We're absolutely running riot so far. I got no words. It's quite ridiculous, really, how well we're doing. Pereira's doing fantastically in goal as well, which is great to see. The academy graduate Atkinson, header in. It is over the bar, and Kipre not quite able to get a goal back from early on. I mean, if we get this to half-time, we are looking so confident with how things are going. Conway's not been playing fantastically today's game, so we might look to bring Ortega on at some point. But Garcia's been fantastic. Lang's been done very well. Mateo's been brilliant. Sukalo, I mean, if you just continue to take throw-ins, mate, we'll be fine. That isn't fine, though. Tom Lang has got a injury. What is it? Potential foot injury. Not great at all. But Boniek will come on. A great player to come on in his place. So nothing too much to worry about there, as he will slot in quite nicely. Half an hour gone, though. It's not a great thing to happen to our 16-year-old winger getting injured. Maybe we've pushed him a bit too much. but he will likely miss the final if we get there. Hill heads out wide, and Garcia's chasing it, but Blackburn do get back on that. Kinsella's not able to get onto that ball as a Mole does get there, and now Christian Magoma in centre back. Aiden outright to Ramsey, back to Magoma again. He plays into Hill, who turns, long ball forward, and it's gone all the way through to Boniek, who's got to be able to finish that. He doesn't. On the right foot, he misses, hits it wide of the goal, doesn't challenge the keeper. But still, we're looking very, very good. Ramsey going for the corner, up towards the Mole, headed towards goal, saved, hit the post and the crossbar by the looks of it, ricochets out, and they do clear it, but we're straight back on it again. Magoma into a Mole, Mateo, and they're keeping it very, very nicely there. I think we will also look to make a change at half-time. I think we'll take Conway off and look to bring on Ortega, who's done very well. Then we can probably leave it for most of the rest of the game. Try and slow things down maybe. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, Conway will come off. Ortega will come on. He will get on in the second half. And we will look to carry on where we've left off. Absolutely dominant in the game. They've had one shot on target, which obviously hasn't worried Pereira at all. Who's taken everything in his stride today, which is great. He's really not had much to deal with, to be honest. But everything he has had to deal with he's dealt with. And to be fair, it playing when you don't get much to do during the whole game, you have to still be sharp and aware. So far, so good. We're still 3-0 up in the game, 6-2 on aggregate. They've got to get 4 goals to get anywhere near us at this stage. And with 30 minutes to go, it's looking less and less likely as we go on. Looking very, very solid. A throw-in for Sukalo. So we've seen 3 of these and we've got 3 goals. Do we get another one now? Aiden receiving the ball from him. Drives forward. Back to Sukalo, who's on that left-hand side. He'll look down the line to Garcia. Carlos Garcia bombing it down there. Plays it across to Ortega, who does get the ball cut out from in front of him. But Boniek's there. Oh my God. This is it's like magic. It's like magic. We just need Sukalo. Can you just take throw-ins and us see that every time? Because we do score every time. I mean, this time it was a making of their own doing by Blackburn. They were able to kind of sort things out, but then just gave it straight back to us. Ortega putting a bit of pressure on, but Lewis looked to go short to Kipre. No idea why. And Boniek was just there to nip in front of him and just slot it into the goal. That is 4-0 in today's game, 7-2 on aggregate. Going into the final game and the playoff final, we are absolutely flying. Fantastic stuff so far. With 15 minutes to go, we're looking good. So with 10 minutes to go, I have made one substitution. Carl Hudlin coming on up top for us. Just to give us a bit of a different dynamic up there. See what he can do for us whilst he's on the pitch for the final 10. But it looks like we are going to ease through this game and get to the final of the playoffs. I mean, I can't quite believe that we're going to make it. I wasn't sure whether we'd ever make it, but it looks like we will now. Blackburn will be looking to make one last go for it. Dolan back to Kipre, being closed down by Hudlin. But they go all the way back to the keeper where Lewis is looks like he's going to take his time going forward, which I definitely wouldn't be doing. But a flick on by Carter finds Russ, who is through on goal, wide of the target. It looks like Magoma did enough there to put him off and not let him get a shot on target. Ramsey, though, plays down the line to Boniek. Not able to get to that as Blackburn again will receive the ball. A minute to go of the added time now as they come forward. It's played through a Mole, though. Brilliant tracking. Tracks all the way back. Played forward to Ortega by the keeper. Pereira's pass was lovely just to find him there. And Mateo receives it into Aiden. Back to a Mole again. Then Mateo once more. Plays it across to Hill, who's got a bit of space. Is challenged by Russ, who's been closing down and has been very, very good in the last 5 minutes. As he plays it out wide to Elliott. I say that as he misplaces that pass and it goes off the pitch. But that has got to be it now. We've only got 15 seconds left till the added time is up. Are we gonna look to get something here? I mean, I thought that might have been a foul, but that's fine. It goes all the way through and off the pitch. Come on, just blow the whistle, ref. End it there. Finish it. Finish things. Come on, just blow the whistle. You know that little thing that you tend to have in your hand when you blow up for stuff? Blow it now. There it is. We've done it. 4-0 against Blackburn. What a win to start with. And then 7-2 on aggregate. I mean, we have absolutely smashed them. Why is Conte at Eastleigh? Why is he down here? No. But, I mean, our very own Ruben Pereira coming into the side. 3 to 4 weeks twisted ankle. That is not good. Doing fantastically well. Coming through the academy and making his debut. Keeping a clean sheet. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. He's done brilliantly. He's done absolutely fantastically. What a guy. He's got a bigger one now, though. He has got the player final. Got the FA Cup final there. Man United, Watford. Who will we be playing, though? I don't have a clue. It's Wolves or someone else. We will find out. Diaby removed. Who is it that we... Wolves or Huddersfield. Well, they drew in their first leg. So... it's very tight. I mean, Wolves, we've beaten and lost. And Huddersfield, I'm not sure how we've done against them previously. Let's see. So, yeah, Wolves we beat 4-1 there. And Huddersfield we beat 1-0. Then we lost to Wolves, I know, at the beginning of the season 5-2. But beat Huddersfield again 1-0. So, I mean, on paper, supposedly Huddersfield we've got a better chance against. But, I mean, we did absolutely batter Wolves at the end of the season. So either way, I think we can. There's every chance we can do this. Get a bit of money for Marcos there. Come on, show us who we've got. We've got Wolves. It's Wolves, and Stepe played and he got sent off. Oh my god! Thank God he's not playing against us. That's all I'm saying. He's played 7 games for him this season, getting a goal. But whoa, that's I'm quite happy that he's not playing. Let's just say that. Because we know what he can do, especially against us. But we've got Wolves. They were predicted to come top. And they were predicted to do well. They were in the Europa League to get into the first knockout round, losing to Celtic. So, yeah, it's they've got a good team. Stepe played, obviously, there. They got the likes of Pimbele and Clara at the back with Sergio. I mean, they've got a ridiculous team. Now, the question is, are we going to be able to take them on and beat them? We don't know. We will have to find out in the next episode. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel so you see that. Will we get to the Premier League? Let me know in the comments what you think. We're above them in the league. That's all I'm saying. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.